The one I must say that counts as the sum, not the whole, like the masses have to offer is they place stuff right next to you. But I'm comfortable with myself to let you have it all. The way we portray stuff not on our time has to offer us is they have to fathom you entirely. Makes most people that are the more better off people let them enjoy their time. But they see you as nothing. As a swift power. They hold on to things never releasing their claws. That's not more value. I myself care little to none to know. Without doubt to shroud up. But you say, how can we have ours when they're not fulfilled eternally? Guess is up to straw. Like the scarecrow from Alice in Wonderland, no, it's actually the Wizard of Oz. A time for my generation. He won't get this my past life. How a pair of high heels take you off to a land with tin men, a scarecrow, and a lion. If we never watched the movie. I was 6. And the year I don't recall, I'll check later. But my grandparents had a camera recorder, those old ones that you pop a small tape over. And I sent an urgent message to my family. In the future I predicted I would have one son, with one wife and another a girl. That's to none guess I'm playing. But it's 6 you think? But, it's 9 but I got to America, that young. Not to nicest they perceive and kindness goes, a long direction. That's not what we fathom and care enough. About the other person. Life has doors even if you close, almost every right door you see. That's none that tell, back we easy to please. To watchful out for numeral uno is the thanks and thrill you get. When life opens enough of it that you can fathom. That no one has an ounce to shred. And no one pictures Michael as anybody to the topic it might concern. To fathom in check or in question is not care to treat yourself. And with every fiber close to exhaustion. And that's how it sounds. And will work. And no one in their right mind even guess up to fate. To decide for you. And matter to everyone in your life. Like God intended. And to worship the Almighty as a cause or goal. Without mattering people, life, thought, or action will suffice to matter to them now. I give a brief summary about my son. No one knows he's my grandson past life, you think? No, it's secret in everyone's head, but it doesn't have to be. The niceness went a long way for Fauda Path or Pat to come to be born. As a reborn God soul, of the third ladder. Means I'm blessed I have to be a perfect father. With consequences. As the Austronesian know they matter for their son. And it's over to those who portray the bad guy. Out of an offspring whose learning have to be prep up. In preparation there's no cause for traumatizing him. But on several occasions I fucked up as a dad. Tending to my offspring. I made him fall not once but twice, there won't be a third time. That's all. And to who it may concern. His brain is the same as mine. Dull and dim-witted you think? No, I make promises but I have to know, no one thinks something good should be over. Is how I tease them now. Making promises to keep is not for the little things. Trauma plays an important factor. On about my son's well-being. And another thing to note. Stuff happens and I socked, Daryl, you think? No, I just kick him, like a baby as he's playing. No one knows I'm suspecting he won't get benefactors like his uncle for one. Is not in my clouded mind. When your wife doesn't speak to you. I sock someone, Oliver, in the balls in front of him. It wasn't gay, but I think he made him climb up on him. The moral is watching out for the future. I mean to not be cluster, with or without others helping. I think it's will to stand alone. Now I'm a swift like I just got back from sprinting. Jokes aside, it's enviable that doesn't come back to bite me. But I can reveal this and move on. The gods forgive my actions on assaulting. But promise a life without hurting anyone at all? and make it seize the light, and help those he can, is condemn of another kind. That's how I word it perfectly, for others that catch my drift. Word it any other way we suffice of feeling that now. Those are selfish acts, only permitted by gods. But to things unchangeable, that suffice enough as talk with my son. And bought him Prime in Cambodia. He likes YouTube. Just like any boy in Make It that we ourself has to offer a little boy at 7. And when he's 3 I remember putting corns in his mouth. And hope he reads this and know I've always loved him. And make it to him when he's proud of his dad. For once I think no, I never did nothing. Especially for his mom to forgive nothing. And sorry about the way I talk. It would have to be flashy. That's nothing your dad can't do. He's looking and it took way too long to portray him in this manner of approach. And hope he's got enough brains. His head is big full of thoughts. The moral here, it's not even chance. I hook up with a gay guy is not proud of him to hear this. He has to know commas and play around as an adult that love to write stuff. What you'll be doing a lot of, son. And wait for others to tease you. No, they won't tease you. As the third ladder. But how would you like to be second? To show you're as good as daddy. The fabled son. To understand a Pat, you got to go deep. Not that I picture him as someone other than that. He thinks? But no, he has it in him to remorse while reading. But no one could care how perfect he'd turn out to read this. This is the longest chapter, chapter 18, that was to be the case. And to nothing else matters, and think he'll be handsome and tall, hopefully. And not care too much that hope has you by the collar. That's not what we might need to write to the future and tell him something wicked. That's how your brothers you dream, but your uncles matter to you. And to listen to you talk about yourself was my life. Not even in that way. That was the moral decay, and we have conduct or the treason. And might else could muster up talk to him. Like it'd be anything long to be cool. That's that all that matters. Then you write it. Whether we know ourselves is entirely for you to decide, son. But no matter, hopes and dreams must reach enlightenment. As we are Asians to America. And no one has stuff I fathom be about, a part of my flesh. And woven to the touch of the fabric of reality. Long for things to hold on to the father he wish he knew and still knowing. No one blames him, Paulina. But I at fault could be more protective to everyone.